Good evening, everyone. In the previous video, I had shown how to add the users, the students as well as faculties to the Moodle. In this video, I will show how to create a course and then upload the multiple choice questions to that course and create an online quiz for the students. The first step is to create courses from the admin account, and then for each course, add the students to it. Now, creation of the course and adding the students to that course can be done only with the admin account. It cannot be done from individual faculty account. Now, because the number of courses are not that many, I'm not using an Excel sheet to upload that data. I've just written here the courses to be created for different faculties, just for reference. I'm not uploading this Excel sheet. I'm just having it here for reference. So let's proceed to create these two subjects and add the students to it. So as you can see here, I'm logged in here with the admin account. Now I need to go to the site administrator. Now from site administration tab, we should go to courses. And then we have to add a new course. Next, I just have to add a course name here. As I had noted, I have chosen this as the subject or course name. We can change this to reflect the name of the actual subject when we are creating the course. So I'll just copy paste that data here, and we can just make it a short form over here. We should ensure that this enable has been removed so that course end date is not signified here. And then just scroll down and click on Save and Display. From there, we will be directly taken to the participants page. Here, we can enroll the students as well as add the teacher. Now, this is subject 1, which needs to be assigned to faculty number 1. So I'll just click on Enroll Users. From the list here, instead of student, I will mark him as teacher. And from here, I'll have to type a few starting words of the faculty name. Faculty name, faculty 1 has been selected, and he has been enrolled as a teacher. Click on Enroll. We can see that the faculty number 1 with this email ID has been added to here as a teacher. The next step is to add students. To add students, we have to click Enroll Users again. Instead of going to users search, we should search for cohorts because we have already created the cohorts. Typing the starting letters of the cohort will give us the options. So we will just add the group number 1 to this course and click Enroll Selected Users. You can see the students have been added here as student roles. They have been added here with the role of students, whereas there is one teacher with faculty 1. Now, while the teacher has ability to create tests, add notes, and much more, the students will have only the ability to watch the notes, to download their assignments, or to give the tests. They cannot make any more modifications to the course or to the test questions. Now, the same process can be repeated to create another subject or course for the faculty number 2. And we can add the second cohort that we had created to this one. But I will skip that for now and continue to creating the quiz. Now, I will not create the quiz as an administrator. The faculty number 1 has to be able to create this quiz. So first, I'll sign out of this account, which is the admin account. I'll just have to click Logout. Now from this page, moodle.methodist.edu.in, I have to log in as a faculty. Now this detail has been provided to the faculty. So the faculty has to just insert username and the password, and he will be able to log in. So in our case, it is just faculty with capital F, and here in password also faculty 1 with capital F. So I just have to type in those credentials here and click on Login. As soon as the faculty signs in, because the password was too weak, he will be now asked to change the password to something which is stronger. So click OK and type in a new password which is stronger. First I have to type the old password and then the new passwords 2 times. After typing, you have to click on Save. The password has to satisfy these conditions to be strong enough. Then the faculty will be presented with this screen confirming the password has indeed been changed. Click on Continue. On first sign in, a tour guiding will be provided here, which you can click. When the faculty signs in, he will get to see the subjects which have been allotted to him by the administrator. So you can just click on the subject to open it. Another tour will be provided to guide the faculty about using this interface. To create the quiz, we just need a notepad and we can start creating it. It has to be created in this format. The more information about this format can be obtained from here. Click on the setting gear, click on more, then scroll down in this page and click on import in question bank. There are various formats using which it can take the quiz questions. Icon format is the simplest of them, allowing us to upload multiple choice questions. If we just click on the question mark here and click on more help, another page will open explaining how to use the icon format. So as we can see here, there is no need of question number and the options need to be presented in this fashion. We can type our question using Notepad in the same fashion. We can add more number of questions like this. This is question number 2. If the correct option is somewhere else, we can change this over to C. So like this, we can put all the questions here in this format. We have to strictly follow the rules. The first line should be question, and the next 4 lines should be the options. And below them, the answer followed by the correct answer keyword. So for sample purpose, I have taken these 4 questions. The correct answer of first question is A, for second it's B, C, and lastly D. Now I need to save it. So click on Save. While saving, we can save it to whatever location we want it. Like I'll save it here in Moodle. Name I will give it as dummy quiz. It's a text file, of course. And encoding, we have to carefully select it as UTF-8. If we don't this, there will be some problems when we are trying to import this quiz. So these 3 things we need to make sure. And then click Save. Now that the file is saved, we can close it. This documentation, we can keep it aside. Go back to the upload page. And then choose the file which we just created. Choose file. We have saved it in D drive, in Moodle. Here it's saved as dummy quiz. So click on that, click on open. The file name will appear here. Then click on upload this file. Once it is uploaded, it will appear here like this. The file name will appear here. Click on import. There was a small mistake. This word answer should be completely in capital letters. Now let us save it and upload it again. Choose the format as icon. Choose the file. Choose the file. dummy quiz open. Once the file name appears here, click on import. A confirmation page will appear showing all the questions that were imported successfully. If there is any problem with the format, some question is not correctly getting imported, it will display it in red color. We can go back to the file, make the necessary changes, come back here to proceed. You have to click on continue. So all those questions you can see here, they have been added at the top level for this particular subject into a default category. If you want to check how each question appears, you can just go to edit and click on preview. So this is how the question will appear. You can see that the question order will be different here. Each time you refresh the page. Whenever you refresh the page, the order of the options will change. Now when you select the correct option and submit, this is the response the student will get. If it is correct, a tick mark will appear just in front of it. If it is wrong, it will appear slightly differently. So let me take up another question and attempt it. Question number 3, preview. This time, instead of checking the correct option, I will choose a wrong one and then submit. You can see it has a cross mark has appeared in front of the wrong option, and it has told me the correct option here in the comment. Once we have checked all the questions and they are appearing correctly as we expect, we can go on to create the quiz. For that, first we need to get back to the course. So I'll just click on sub1, which is the short form of my subject name. Here, I have to click on the gear icon and turn on editing. Turn the editing on. Here, topic 1 can be changed to something like mid 2. And I have to add an activity or resource here. Then go to quiz, click on add, and give a name to the quiz. We can add some description here. Timing can also be set. You first have to enable the timing. So this time is the time when the quiz starts getting accessible to the students. Till this time, the students will not be able to access the quiz. And here, we can also choose a time for closing the quiz. So the start time, we have to set it here at the top, and the close time of the quiz, we can set it here. First, we have to, of course, enable them both, and then enter the details here. Time limit can also be set. If you want the student, all the attempted questions of the students, if you want them to be submitted automatically, we can also put the time limit. But in this case, it is not coming because it is not enabled. You can put in the enable sign and put in whatever minutes you want it to be available to the student. You can give a time of 1 day for the students to attempt it. So what happened here is each student will get 30 minutes from the time he starts attempting the questions, and there will be a window of 1 hour in which the quiz will be accessible to the students. We also need to set the grade level. The grade level has to be set to first attempt because we don't want the student to re-attempt the test. Layout is every question appearing in a different page. Question behavior should be, there is no change required here. Review options. Immediately after the attempts, if you don't want the student to get all these details, you can just remove them. So both these options, they need to be deselected to ensure that the students will not get the correct answers and the feedback to each answer before the quiz actually closes. Only after the quiz is closed will they be able to get all these details. One last detail that we can do is go to activity completion and choose the third option, show activity as complete when conditions are met. We can just select student must view this activity to complete it. Or you can just click here to ensure that the student gets some grade to be able to qualify it. As soon as the student gets some marks, even the fail or pass, the activity will appear to be completed for him. After setting all these details, just click on Save and Display. The details that we selected previously will appear over here. Then go to Edit Quiz and add the quiz from the question bank where we uploaded it previously. So from here, we have to select the category, and then we can select all the questions that we want to add here. Then click on Add Selected. The questions have been added, and each question is appearing on a separate page. You can ensure that the questions are shuffled by checking this mark over here. Now just click on the Save button and go back to the subject. So we can see that the mid-2 quiz has been created over here. When the students open this, their subject, for them also the same will appear, and they can start answering the quiz. It is suggestible for the faculty to himself or herself check this by doing a first attempt before getting it to the students, so that there are no doubts left. So the faculty can choose the correct options for each question. And click on Finish Attempt. And submit all and finish. Once it is finished, there will be an option like this. So here, the faculty should ensure that he gets the full score before sharing it to the students. Now let us see from the student's point of view how this quiz will appear and how he or she will be able to attempt it. So let me just sign out of this faculty account. Now I will log in again using the student. I will answer the quiz as a first student. So username and password of the first student, I'll have to feed it. Having fed the details, user ID and password, I have to click on Login. Now I'm logging in as a student. I am a student now. Even for student, if the password is not very strong, he'll be presented with an option to change it. So the old password needs to go here, and new password, which is stronger, needs to appear twice over here. The password is made to enter twice so that the student doesn't have any confusion in remembering it. Then click on Save. He will be presented with the option here, like the password has been changed. Then click on Continue. A tour will appear which the student can skip. All the subjects in which his or her name has been added will appear over here. So they can open the course, go through the tour or end it, and the mid quiz will appear here. Because the time slot is within the range, it is now active here. So the student can open the quiz. He will be presented with this warning telling the time, starting time, the ending time, and the time available in minutes which are available for the student to write the test. So then the student can start attempting the quiz. Start attempt. As soon as the Start Attempt button is pressed, the time of 30 minutes will start ticking. So the ticking time will appear here here on the right side, and the student can answer this quiz according to his or her ability. The question numbers have been arranged here. So if he wants to jump to a particular question, he can directly do that. If the student has a doubt about a particular question, he or she can flag the question. Once the flag has been placed, you can see here on the right side a red corner will appear above the question, which means the student has flagged it for later checking it once again before ending the quiz. Now, when the quiz is completely filled with gray mark, that means the student has attempted the quiz. If I'm not attempting the quiz, it will just appear as a blank copy. If I have placed a flag, of course, the right top corner will appear as flagged. Once the student has attempted all the quiz, he or she can click on this button of finishing the attempt. Before submitting, once more, all these questions will be presented before him or her, telling which of the answers have been saved and which of the answers have been not answered, and also the questions to which flags have been attached. The student can click again on the question number or here on the right side to go back to the question and make changes if he feels there is some mistake when he tried it the previous time. After doing it, he can, of course, remove the flag and go back to finish. He can continuing this till he gets a satisfactory result, and before the time ends, he can click on submit all and finish. If, however, the time is over before the student can make all the attempts, whatever attempts he has made will be automatically submitted. Once the student submits all and clicks on finish, his quiz will be recorded. And here it will appear the same. Once the time of the quiz is over, that means after 6:10 p.m., a review of this will also appear, which the student can use to check which of the answers he or she has marked correctly and which of them were marked wrong. A student may also have an option to re-attempt, but the second and third attempts will not be considered because in our setting, we have chosen the grading method only for first attempt. So the student can see the review once the time of the test has passed and the test and the quiz has closed down. So here it can be seen that the marks obtained are 0. The grade out of 10 that is calculated as a percentage is also 0. And the student can go here and review the quiz. So he or she can check out what were the options he marked and why they were wrong, what was the correct option. All these can be viewed in the review. Once the student has viewed this, he cannot make any further changes to the quiz. He can just click on the finish review. This is just for the student to understand whether the questions, which of the questions he or she has marked correctly and which were wrong. The student can also raise a doubt with the faculty later if some question appears to be confusing or a bit wrong. So that's it for this video. In this video, of course, as a revision, let us revise what we saw in this video. First, we learned how to create a course. Then we learned how to add questions to the course and create a quiz with all the required details. Then we saw from the faculty point of view as well as from the student point of view how the quiz will appear, how they will be able to attempt and review the same later. Thank you for watching this video.